Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for what seems will be the last video on Sweden. And I think this is probably the most anticipated one about the plants that I got from the Nordiska trade, Gordar. I don't actually know how to say. I thought it was said Tread Gardar. It's not Trod Gardar or anything similar to that. It's just not a great pronunciation. So we shall be moving on from that. But it's essentially garden fair in Sweden, in Stockholm, that is held every spring. Okay, I am at the Nordic Fair, which is some sort of like a garden fair. And Swedish Hoya Society will have an exhibition here. This is not my first time, I already bought several cuttings and I'm going back today to meet with some people. And I will also buy more plants, even though they don't really fit into my suitcase, but I did find some nice variegated bromeliads. So they're not just Hoyas here, there are many, many, many other plants. Also cow poop, I think, because it does smell like that. So probably some manure. Okay, I checked my bag. I had to bring my suitcase here. I fly out early in the morning tomorrow, but I'm now heading to the Swedish Hoya Society stand where I absolutely depleted them of cuttings last time. So I'll do the same today. I've been thinking about a couple of other plants. Some of them I already have, but they're not growing well. So I think I'm gonna get those again. Okay, I did get turned away. I have to wait for 9 o'clock because that's when it opens. Even though they did let us in, at 9 o'clock it opens for people who are not exhibitors. So I had to put my glasses on because I see absolutely nothing. My eyes got lazy since I got the new glasses and they're just adjusted to them. But I'm gonna wait here for 20 minutes and then I'm going to be the absolute first person to walk in there who is a visitor. And I'll see who I will meet today. I met several people on Friday who recognized me from my channel. It was so fun to meet people you know, it's strange because you don't know how people look, but they know how you look, and they were not sure if they were supposed to say hi or not. So if you do ever see me, yes, you should say hi. But they were just sitting there and looking at them like, and then, you know, they start a small talk and I'm like, I think they may be watching my channel, but then it's like, oh, you vapid person, of course they're not watching your channel, but it turned out that they are actually watching my channel. So it was nice to meet some people and to give some people advice on like how to root some cuttings, etc. Especially because I have videos on them, so yeah. I have been meaning to go to this fair for years now because I know that Swedish Hoya Society, which I am a member of, thank you very much, and many other people, but they're not important. They have a stand there, and every year you have collectors who sell cuttings of their plants. And I don't actually know how many plants are available, but to me, it honestly looks like thousands of Hoya cuttings. This is the largest event at which the Swedish Hoya Society has their stand, has their presence, and it's for 4 days. And this time it was in March, and I actually forgot the dates, so I do have to look at my calendar to sort of rejuvenate this old mind. So this was from the 21st to the 24th March, and they actually announced when it's going to be next year, and hopefully I will go again. I've been hearing about this fair from my friend Karolina for years because she's one of the exhibitors at the fair with the Swedish Hoya Society, and I know that a lot of plant people have went to this fair. I have seen videos from Roos, I have seen videos from Fonnie, and they're very good. They actually are much better videos to watch than mine, so I will link them below if you want to get the vibe. I was sort of hoping that I will do this event justice, but I was just not really aware how big this event is and how many plants there will be. So when I saw the plants, I really quickly got overwhelmed. Well, not really overwhelmed, it's really more like overjoyed. So I didn't only look at the Swedish Hoya Society's stand, but there were many others. There was Gesneriate Society, there was African Violet Society. I think those are two separate in Sweden. I saw some lovely nepenthes that just have the giant traps. Amazing. Wanted to touch them, but said no touching. Okay. Ugh, Anyways, I also got a couple of bromeliads, couple of tillandsias. They are in the back. I might or might not show them in this video, or I'll save them for some other one. One of them actually bloomed and it was amazing. One of them fell behind my ruts and it's still there. It's been a couple of days. I should probably edit that out, but also let's keep it real. Maybe I did move. Nope, I did not. And I'm kind of sad that I didn't get a chance to record a better video. It's just way, way too many people. And I don't really feel that comfortable recording in public, so, you know, I didn't. But I did meet a lot of people. First of all, I got to meet my friend Karolina. We've been friends for years. I've got to meet Hoya, which I have been pronouncing quite differently. I have been saying Asa, and I remember when I got to the Swedish Hoya Society stand, I don't even know how Camilla and I got into this conversation, and she's like, well, you know, there are several different ways to pronounce it. There's no wrong way to pronounce it. I'm like, oh, so is Asa fine? And she's like, no, that's actually, I've never heard anyone say it like that. You are welcome. So it is Osa. It's actually probably not even that. I got to meet May April. I mentioned May April a lot on my channel. She has the blog Frostvita. I will also link that down below. I got to meet Maria Hovland. She is the editor of the Swedish Hoya Society's bulletin, Hoya Telegrafen. I got to meet a lot of people. I got to meet some of my subscribers. I got to meet Oksana from Hoya Fixation. I got to meet Caroline from France. She is like the leader of the French Hoya group, let's just say that. I also got to meet more people. I'm sorry, I don't remember everyone's names because it was a lot. You will both be in the video. And you are in the video now too. I also got to meet other people from Swedish Hoya Society. I got to meet Jeanette, and I got to meet, I never know how to pronounce his name, Vitaly, but he has, I think that's how you pronounce it, but he has an amazing Instagram page. He grows his Hoyas in grow tents, and his grow tents are my inspiration. I'm not doing currently a good job. I was really hoping to be able to meet Natalie Simonson, but she did not attend this year's Hoya Fair. I think she might attend the next one, so I will make sure to go. I also talked with my friend Rachel, you all know Rachel Collette Conroy, that it would be kind of neat to meet next year at this fair. So I don't know, maybe we should make this like a huge international event that is in Stockholm, because very convenient. But anyway, it was just a great time meeting everyone. Anyway, I know that no one is actually here to hear me talk about all the people that I have met, all the plants that I have seen, and all the treats that I have tried, because there is also food, and oh my goodness, it is, this fair is just really, really amazing. You have come here to see all the plants that I got in Sweden. So I have about 3 prop boxes of plants. Clearly I was very under control, right? So I have plants that I bought at the fair. I have plants that I got from my friend Karolina, and I have plants that I got from my friend Ferah, and I did not buy those. Those were sort of gifts from friends. So you will see everything. And I have some plants that I've also traded. I will show you all of them today. There is about, I think 29. There were 30, but one of them has moved on to hopefully hell, because I don't wish anything great for plants that don't survive. She did not want to root, and it was one of the plants that I purchased. So I will start with plants from my friend Ferah, and this is going to be part 1 from Ferah, because at the end of the video I will show you some other ones that are in isolation. I took those in knowing they had mealybugs. These don't. Very, very nice plants here. I love that also I got so many fungus gnats flying out of this, so that is great. Okay, so what do we have? Where shall we start? This one actually grew a leaf. These have been in my care for about 3 months now. Is it 3 months? No, it's not. That's not how time works. 2 months. And they have been in isolation, and they actually do not show any signs of pests, so I think it's safe to introduce them to my collection. They will get a treatment before I do that, but I absolutely need my cabinet, and I don't have any other place where to put them, so they will have to be introduced into the collection. This is KSB01, and it was a 2-leaf one note cutting, it made this one new leaf. I think this has, if I'm not mistaken, either a red or a pink flower, and it's a very verticillata-like leaf, but the leaves will get larger than this. I mean, this is just a very beautiful plant, and I think the flower is also very beautiful. Already we have cocoa husk falling on my computer. Now, the next one is, who shall I pick? I shall pick Hoya sulawesiana, which I absolutely detest. I am struggling again with my Hoya sulawesiana, not with this one. This one has rooted. We shall see how this clone is. This is Hoya sulawesiana with dark corona. It comes originally from, well, I think Indonesia, but Ferah got it from May, April, and one of the roots is, of course, rooted in another pot. Why not? So this one has smaller and darker leaves. It has a darker flower, and I think this is supposed to be a more vigorous grower. The roots are actually quite nice already. It seems that this one loves cocoa husk, and despite this being moist constantly, they did not rot. I have issues with the other sulawesiana that I have. It keeps rotting on me. Dry rot most of the time. From what it seems, I don't know, maybe I should really increase the watering. Maybe I'm really taking it to the extremes, but very beautiful leaf there. Very nice, sexy, and dark, but I really wanted it for the flower, for the very, very dark flower. The fungus gnats are all over in my face. What the heck was it? I think cocoa husk is not supposed to have any fungus gnats, moss either. Like, these are supposed to be sterile, and these have bred like insane in this box. Jesus. The next plant that we have is this Hoya Affinity Clemensiorum from Acha. I did break the leaf a bit, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I will put all of these, by the way, in my small grow tent. I'm doing sort of a rearrange to which no one is surprised. I showed you this in the video with Ferah, but you can now really see the beauty of this plant. So Affinity Clemensiorum, it is very, very nice, very veiny, also originally from May, April, well, I guess from Acha. But it is velvety to the touch. It is different than other Clemensiorums. It's different than Finlaysoni too, because when I saw a photo of it, I was like, I don't want that, Ferah. It looks kind of like Finlaysoni. It looks so boring. But even Karolina, who is very, very picky because of limited space about Hoyas, she said this is actually really, really pretty. And I do agree. It is really beautiful. And that one is a keeper. We have another one. This is Hoya Timor 06. As you can see, this has made a crazy amount of aerial roots, kind of unnecessary. So it doesn't have such unique leaves. Maybe it reminds you a bit of some Nicholsonia type. But again, I think I took this because of the flower. I will try to attach flowers for all of these. Obviously, I did not bloom any of them yet. Now this one has a funky leaf. It's Timor 08, but the leaf on the mother plant is amazing. Also crazy, unnecessary, long aerial root there. So yeah, I don't think you can see much from this leaf. Maybe we'll just have to tune in at some other time to see what this looks like. They all started to grow. They all started to grow in the prop box. They've been in there for months. Now I have an undulata. This is undulata from Rolf. I bought this one actually last year, but I sort of told Ferah to take it, that I don't need it because I already have Hoya undulata. And I think at that time she didn't have one. I bought it in this sort of a package deal when I got my Hoya Husier. And I can't remember, I think one of the Oreostamas I got in the same package, and it was a really good deal, but undulata was in it, so I was like, you know, take undulata, don't need it. Turns out, hi, I need it. And it's different than the clone that I have. We shall see how she will grow. I already see a peduncle, and she is rooted in moss. Girl is rooted in moss. I find undulata is not that challenging to root. For me, it's more challenging to get her to keep those baby leaves on as she grows, but it's a nice clone. You can see here
Can you see the peduncle? There is a peduncle. It did not arrive with a peduncle. It's not focusing on anything. You can kind of see there. So it did not arrive with a peduncle, and oh, it seems that the buds have grown, so they're probably somewhere in the box, which, I mean, it wasn't in a good light, so no one is shocked. But I see another growth point forming, so it will be interesting to see how this one is going to look. Now, this one you also have seen, this grew one leaf, and it needs to be repotted and put in my tent. This is Hoya Karolina. She got it as species Dahlia. Very similar, in my opinion, to Hoya I. That leaf is so pretty. And this one, I think, is the Karolina with darker reddish flower. Very, very beautiful. I absolutely adore these leaves, and I'm so happy to see her grow. I will put her in a larger pot so I can hang it in my grow tent. And the last one that I got is this Verticillata Silver Heart. We were kind of afraid that it's not going to make it, but she absolutely did. She rooted, and I'm going to put her in the tent to make her grow, but I cannot believe this is like beyond generous. Very, very pretty. Did I say I wasn't gonna get any more verticillatas? No, I did not say that, and if you find footage, it is not me, it is a deep fake. I don't want to talk about it. I have 3 more plants from Ferah that are in isolation, and by that I mean they are in a... I don't even know how they rooted. They were not in a prop box. I just potted them in cocoa husk, and I didn't even water them properly, and they somehow managed to root. I am surprised. I'm not even ashamed to admit how I mistreated them, because it's kind of like a miracle story that they rooted. Rooting most of the Hoyas is not that hard, is all I'm trying to say. Now we are going to move to Karolina. I think actually I do have here some that I also bought. So these are not only from Karolina, but I will show you the ones from Karolina first. So again, why are we having these fungus and nuts? Shh. Die. Let's start with this one. This is the plant that I trashed gazillion times in my videos. Hoya patella white. And I got a cutting from Karolina, and it rooted really quickly in cocoa husk. Super easy to root. A lot of people say really, really tough to root. Not really. I rooted both of them, even the one that I had before. She rooted fine, but this one started to actually grow. Can you see this? This is insane. This is supposed to be the tougher patella. So all I can tell you right now, it seems that she adores cocoa husk. What is the accent? I don't know. There's not much to see with the leaves yet, but she does make a beautiful white flower. This is Hoya patella IML 1083. So she will be with the beautiful white flower. I'm getting messages. Someone is sending me stuff, so I need to take off my watch. No one ever messages me, but now when I record a video. This is Isabel Canaille, also from Karolina. This one is so cute. I didn't think I was gonna like this at all. I mean, like I almost got it many times in the past. And then I saw Karolina's plants, which, like both Ferah and Karolina, keep their plants very, very neat, very nice. Ferah is currently downsizing, and Karolina is always downsizing, but Karolina, like, she invests in very pretty pots. Like, Ferah is sort of like me, fellow Taurus. We need order, we need everything to be the same, but Karolina kind of plays around, and I'm so sorry that I don't have footage from their collections. It was just very, very little time to record that stuff. YouTube videos, you know, I know it seems that they take very little time, but it would take several hours, and I don't know, I just didn't want to take up our time together doing that. So next time when I go, I obviously have to go again. But Karolina plays around with the pots. She has very beautiful trellises. She's very pedantic with the trellising. So I just really love to see how other people also grow their plants. And Camilla invited me to see her collection as well. Unfortunately, I didn't go because there was just no time. I think I would just need like a month in Sweden, and then I can visit everything and everyone, right? Was there a point to this? I don't think so. It was just me rambling. The next one is Hoya megalantha. This used to be called Devoensis. Devoensis is now megalantha. I already have Megalantha that I hate. It's actually right there. Affinity Megalantha. I don't... This one I think I will like. I don't know. Hopes are high. But the reason why I dislike this one is it's such a fast grower and it doesn't seem that it's going to bloom anytime soon. I hope this is easier to bloom. I do have to kind of be careful here. It is dripping. There's not much to see with the leaves. This one is really, really, really about the flowers. Some people have been able to get this to bloom within a year, so fingers crossed. What else do I have from Karolina? I kind of want to save this for the last, but no. This is Hoya, and is she rooted? Okay, this needs to not be so moist. This is Hoya Carnosa Argentea picta. I know, another Carnosa. This is a very, very cute cutting. So Karolina has had such amazing luck with this plant. By the way, my Argentea Princess, another vine, reverting again. Love it. I will absolutely burn it in a video. I cannot wait for that. Argentea picta. Argentea picta, first of all, I think there are two plants in circulation. I think one of them is Argentea picta, one of them isn't. They're very similar because the other one is essentially what Argentea picta was cultivated from, to be faster and more robust grower. The other one is very difficult to get to grow, and I think Verna Jeanette is the other one. I may not be remembering the name of the cultivar here well. Rachel Collette will know, and it was written about in, I think in the patent for Argentea picta. If you look it up, you will see from which plant this was cultivated. I do believe it's called Verna Jeanette. And also Christine Burton written about it in P.S. the Hoya, I believe, and she has said that Argentea picta is essentially a better version, a better growing version. So I think this is the Argentea picta because Karolina has had a really, really good experience with this plant. She got it as a cutting, like a normal cutting, not a top cutting. A lot of people say you need to get a top cutting for it to grow really well. She did not. She just got a normal cutting and it grew really, really well right away for her, pretty fast too. So I have high hopes because I know this comes from a good mommy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Argentea Princess. And if this one doesn't grow, like, it really is really pretty. It's so pretty. Shut up. Okay, I need to calm down. I got another Archibaldina outer variegated, and this is what Archibaldina outer variegated needs to look like. Like that. Now let me show you my plant. Let me show you my plant that is also from Karolina, but this is, by the way, 2 years old. I think it's 2 years old at this point. Maybe it's 1 year old, but I think it's 2. Like, shut up. How dare you? How dare you even exist? I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is like a cultivar Archibaldina mini. Can we call it that? I think this one did not love pawn for me. I don't know. It doesn't have mites. It does grow, but it grows painfully slow. I think the roots are damaged. I will repot it to something else soon, which I've been saying for the past year. This one already has a growth point starting, so this is gonna go into my small magical grow tent. Absolutely, like if any Archibaldina is gonna live with me, it's gonna be this one. The other ones, we shall see about that. How many more plants do I have from Karolina? I don't think too many. I have a couple of lobbies. She essentially wanted to throw them out. So this is Lobby Dark. I used to have this. I did kill this. I got it again for my wall because I do love it. I killed it because I underwatered it. No one is shook. It is possible to kill Hoya Lobby. This is a yellow one, and this is okay, it doesn't have an IML number. She wanted to throw this away. She would give me like a cutting, but like the bottom cutting, which looks normal. But something is wrong with these leaves. We don't really know what. I don't think these are pests. I just think Lobby sometimes makes ugly leaves. So that's why they look the way they do. But it has a very, very beautiful flower. It obviously needs to be repotted. This is just rooted in cocoa peat in a prop box. Can we just... Yeah. Needs to be repotted, love it. So I think those are all from Karolina, and now it is time to move on to what I have purchased and traded. So first, I purchased from Camilla ETS 10. It is so pretty and splashy, come on. Look at this, oh. Very, very, very beautiful plant. It sort of reminds me of a splashy breviolata. This is PMP 176. I used to have this one. It never grew for me. I don't know why. So I got a new one and we will see how this one will grow. Mine did look a bit different. So we'll just see. These are all gonna go in my small grow tent, as I have been saying for a billion times here. I also got this from Camilla. This is Hoya verticillata Nyang, species Tangamus. Wow. So Hoya verticillata from Tangamus. I got a similar one last year. It died in shipping. Not from Camilla, got it from a nursery. Rooted. I don't actually see that many roots, but we can definitely, yeah, definitely rooted. I don't know why we don't see them, but it is okay. Beautiful veiny and splashy leaf. Very, 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 very shiny. Maybe too shiny for the video, don't we think? Don't we think it's a bit too much? Yet another caudata, yet another caudata. Did I say I was also not getting any more caudatas? I don't think so. This one has very nice dark leaves, so I had to get it. It's TN99006. I have a TN99008. I have Flagellata TN99024, I believe, all torals. So I absolutely had to get this one as well. This one actually, like, I think this is a weapon. This is a weapon. I know that caudata have these very, like, firm leaves, but this is like, trust me, this one, I think you can cut something with this. This leaf is so firm. Like, that's me applying a pretty big amount of pressure. It's firmer than all of my other caudatas. It is a weapon, which we don't mind. If someone attacks my collection, very, very dark leaf. Very, very dark leaf. I don't know why I actually got it. I think it was because of the leaf. Or because I'm just insane. I don't know. Yet another plant. I don't know why I got this. It's Nervosa IML 1818. Osa told me these leaves are kind of small for this plant. I actually got it because of the leaves. I think they're very pretty. Did I say that I was not going to get any more big-leaved Hoyas? Probably not. If you find that footage, it is a deep fake, once again. Very, very pretty leaf here. This one is potentially more interesting if we could get the focus to focus. And look at it, like when the light hits it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you that. It's just very, very nice. Very beautiful. As we put these back, we have to check one more prop box. And these are sort of the most interesting, perhaps. These next ones are all going to be thin. I think all of them, maybe one not. Most of them are thin-leaved Hoyas, and I got them for the flowers. They are also, well, I got these as a gift. Maybe Argentia Princess and that Silver Heart would be the most expensive. But these are the most expensive ones. First of all, let me tell you, I traded for Papua Hoya urniflora. Papua Hoya urniflora comes from May, April. It doesn't come from her. I mean, I got it from her. And this is a plant that I can't believe that I have. I've been wanting to get Papua Hoyas, but they are kind of known not to ship that well. There are a couple of them only. Papua Hoya is a relatively new genus. I think it's a couple of years old at this point. Similar to Hoya. Extremely beautiful. This is, she told me, the cutting that she has is not going to look the best, but it's a very good grower. flower is also absolutely beautiful. It did not skip a beat. May April warned me and she told me, no, it may lose all of the leaves, but make sure to pot it deeper so it can start pushing out new vines. I gotta get up for this one. I mean, I don't know if you can see those leaves. They're very hairy, veiny, absolutely stunning. So thank you very much, May April, if you are watching. I'm just beyond excited to have this plant. I have one that unfortunately has lost the buds here. She probably would like to be in a different setup at this point and probably needs to be repotted already. Super rooted. This is Hoya occultata red. I got the red one. I have a yellow one. I got the red one. The red one has bigger flowers, obviously red flowers. Very beautiful plant too. This one is rooted in a mix of moss, bark, and some pumice. And yeah, I think even occultata yellow for me, for the first couple of times she did sort of blast those buds. This was not really underwatered, so I don't know, maybe she just needs to be in a bigger pot or something. We'll see. Or maybe more food. I am just so excited to have this. This one was quite a rarity for the... Can you excuse me not? This one was quite a rarity, still is quite a rarity. Not that available, but it was very expensive when it showed up. I was like, ooh, it's gonna take a lot. But occultatas really grow fast, so it actually came down in price quite fast. Ooh, I of course got another Hoya Amri. Oh my god, you have buds. Mwah. I should probably edit that. That is insane. This is from Vitali. This is Hoya Amrita, and she has buds, guys. Like, she grew roots, now she's growing buds. Like, do I need to tell you anything else? Do I need to tell you anything else to promote this? Like, would you please? Look at that. She's going to bloom already. I don't know what the color this is. He probably told me, but I was just very excited to get it. The leaves are different than my Hoya Amrita. I have the one that is called species frogfoot, which again, I and many other people believe it is Hoya Amrita. I love you. I love these species. This is gonna go straight into my grow tent next to her siblings. I am so pumped that this already has buds. And I mean, like occultata, if I probably, took a look at my cuttings, I only watered them once, by the way. I watered them once, put them in the box, never looked at them again. If I took care of them more, the buds would stay. But also, they don't need much care when you're propagating them. This is what I'm talking about. I don't want to hear about Hoyas that need years and years and years to establish. Better, much better. This is the empty pot of the one that has left us. This one is a bit weird. I don't know what is actually wrong with Hoya solocensis, but maybe it's the space. I don't know. The leaves are a bit odd. Maybe I do need to give her some treatment. She is rooted well. I think this is from Ossa. Karolina got this one too, and it did not fare well for her, so I don't actually know what's up with solocensis, but it doesn't look like much. Hopefully she will look better. Currently, we are not the best friends. However, she did survive, so we'll see. Maybe she just needs to get into my grow tent. Once again, I don't know. The leaves are yellowing, but there are no signs of pests. However, I might just give her a treatment just in case. Yeah, there are no signs of mealybugs, mites, thrips, nothing. She also made a peduncle, but I'm glad she's done flowering. And the roots are healthy. The roots, I don't know if we can see it. Again, focus. Like there are roots on the bottom. Healthy roots. So I don't know what is actually going on. This one already growing a new vine. This is Hoya Medusa from Camilla. I traded for this one. Look, she has roots coming out. Very pretty leaves. New vine, love it. Can't wait to see her bloom. Also quite a rarity, Hoya Medusa. I think this was published just like last year or something. And already here with me. Very nice white flower. Can't wait to see it in person. I think I'm just gonna leave these in moss, to be quite honest with you, and we shall see how it will go. This one is from Asa. This one did not like traveling back home. By the way, it was very cold also, so you know. This is Hoya basie. Surprisingly very thick leaf. I don't know what I would compare it to. You would think this is a thin-leaved Hoya, but the leaves are quite thick. Basie from Asa, again, super well rooted. If just, I will cut off my head, so it's not an issue anymore. Very well rooted. You can see that leaf got damaged. The older leaves look nice. Got this for the flower. I have been wanting this for years, so I was very happy to see it. You know, the leaves, unfortunately, got a bit damaged, but happens. And the last one is from Vitali too. I had this from Ferah, but the reason why I got this one is because that one wasn't growing. Ferah could only send me a very small cutting. So I was like, okay, let's get this one just for the funsies. And as soon as I arrived, I swear the other one died. It just fell apart, which I think is stupid because it was doing actually well and starting to grow. But this one, Vitali told me to root it in moss, to lay it in moss and root it like that. This is Hoya peltata. I don't know why the accent is there. And it's actually growing. It grew 2 nodes. Okay, thank you very much. Love that for myself. I will leave this in moss and we will see how it will go. I actually have a couple of Hoyas in the tent that I rooted in moss and they stayed in moss. Gotta tell you, they're doing pretty well. We have 3 more Hoyas. We have 3 more Hoyas from Ferah. These are the last ones, and I should probably get everyone else away just in case, you know, those have mealybugs, even though I don't see them anymore. So these stink of alcohol. Oh yeah, wow, love it. These have been treated with oil, paraffin oil for mealybugs, and soap, Castile soap. They've been treated with a systemic, and they have been treated now with alcohol. So I'm like just giving them all. I don't see any mealybugs, so hopefully we are fine. Oh, here is a mealybug. Wow. I actually just sprayed this with alcohol several seconds ago. How is that not affected? I don't know. First one is Hai Phong from Vietnam Forest. I got this for the flower, but I kind of think the leaves are cute too. But definitely got this one for the flower. I'm just trying to look for the mealybugs. Unfortunately, this means that these are not going to be growing much because I really don't have space that is isolated and that has good light, because that's all taken up by my plants that are actually doing well. This one doesn't have anything on it, it seems, so that's good. So this is a cross that Ferah got. It's a cross with Unanensis and maybe Lacunosa or Obscura. Very interesting. I need to get it to bloom to see what this looks like. I do have some thoughts here on that Unanensis, which I shall not be sharing publicly in a video. I'm trying to get you to see that leaf, but it's just like not playing with me. Very, very nice leaf, very interesting, very prominent mid vein. I can't wait to see this bloom actually. You can definitely see Lacunosa in it, or Obscura or whatever, but I think it's Lacunosa. But it's also fuzzy. It's so interesting. So interesting to see those two cross. And then this one, this is the Kinegiana, now Ischnopus, I believe. Inner variegated. This cultivar may or may not be published as Nugget. I don't know. It's the inner variegated one. I think it's not published, but probably will be soon. You know, it reverted. And this is my this is my third inner variegated Kinegiana. First one I got from Larissa, and that one was not very well rooted, and she did tell me that, and I was like, no, doesn't matter, send it to me, and it arrived well, but I just didn't take good care of it. I think what had happened is it fell out of a pot with pon, and I didn't have time. I bagged it. I had some other things to do. I was like, I'm gonna get back to that. It was still looking pretty great. Actually, the roots have grown, and it's been like, 3 weeks, and by that time she was done, unfortunately, but I think it was actually doing good. The second one I got from a friend. I threw that one away because it didn't look healthy, and it just was also reverted. Now this one from Ferah, I see it has variegated stem all along. She also doesn't know why it reverted. I don't know if this is common for this plant. I see the tip is variegated still, and you can actually see all throughout the stem there is variegation, so it's really surprising to see fully green leaves with a variegated stem, but here we are. It is a beautiful plant. I have the outer variegated one that I actually didn't like in the beginning, but I hope that somehow this will throw us a vine that is fully variegated again. That's that. Those are the Hoyas from Sweden. Once again, I had a lovely time, and thank you to my friends Karolina and Ferah for being the hosts. Thank you for everyone who has met me there. Thank you to all of my patrons who have always, they made this trip possible, because YouTube doesn't pay much for sure. And thank you all for just watching, and yeah, I'm just thankful and grateful and annoying. It's a lot of Hoyas. It is a lot of Hoyas, and they need to find their space in my collection, which I will do after this video. That would be all for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know which of these Hoyas you have, and I will see you very soon in the next video, which will be Hoya of the Week. That is that. Okay, bye! I would like to take some time to thank all of my patrons for their incredible support. A massive shout out to my $5 patrons. My 3 anonymous patrons, Alex von Siebenthal, Amber Clear, Anne Margaret Moon, Angela Bernard, Angela Parrish, and C. Aspen Drake, Betsy, Bougie Panda, Brett Noble, Candy Tap, Catherine Molina, Christy Claire Cola, Daniela, Danube Daniels, Daria Kaminska, Dili Heredia, Diane Sikorsky, Dipanjali Rao, Either W, Erin Keenan, Eleni Saxon, Ellen, M. Mortal, Ferah, Gathering Moz, Gina Geise, Go Green Tropical, Heather Uppingham, Hoji Scott, Hoya Heather, Yana Griffin, Jessica Chia, Yavin Denot, Kara, Catherine P, Casey Gross, Kelly Cook, Kelly Gallagher, Kelso, Kimberly Polka, Kiwi Mochi, Christy Ehrlich, LePlan the Staff, Lisa Mary MPLS, Lori J. Revert, Mandy Milliken, Marcel Har, Maria Stein, Maria Yarmolich, Maria West, Mara Spee, Marty Miller, Mary Rose, Melissa Walker, Michael Curley, Michelle Heron, Nicole Ferranti, Mirka Grun, Roos, Moa Edmond, Neil Yang, Niha Basu, Nicole Maroney, Nan Nguyen, Nita Macy, PJ Plant Druid, Rachel Peterson, Robin L. Jennings, Sandra Cornelius, Sherry Kumar, Stephanie H2O, Tessa Martins, Tia B, TJWO, Trista Bailey, Tristan Thomas, Wendy Rossman, Xenia Greenyouth, The Walmut, Zaira Rivera, and Zlatko Biponi. A big thank you to my $3 patrons: Angelina Farnan, Kilon Constance, Daryl De Rosario, Deborah Violet, Eden C, Catherine Parsons, Kens Brown, Elle Lindberg, Lindsay Ann, Mary H, Nella, Saig Zera, Renee Church, Ringlob, Sophia Ryan, Tang Watanas Riakul, and Wendy Foreman. And thank you to my $1 patrons: one anonymous patron, Alice Borland, Brandon Pacheco, Christina Greengrass, Colleen Coyle, Levi Couture Helvetica, Amelia Bronson, Jolie Sullivan, Jonas Berghort Larson, Kayla Vavra, Kelly Ash, Chris Perez, Lauren M, Lauren Enzo Romanian, Luzmin Fernandez, Neely Spicer, Nerdy Kathy, Olivia Chin Mueller, and Tracy the Eye Miller.